funded Wendigo Trail Crew that I mentioned just a little bit ago. They had an area that was flat, where the trail was deeply entrenched, where they had looked for alternatives to improve the trail for years, and came upon this solution, in which the Wendigo Trail Crew moved 8,400 pounds of dirt and rock, filled the eroded trail by Sisters Spring in the Willamette National Forest. This year we had a bunch of more traditional youth crews. I want to mention that we have a new program in Warm Springs with a tribal youth crew. We have continuing programs with Environmental Charter High School, the NAACP Rites of Passage program in Vancouver, Washington, the YCC, and the William S. Hart High School program. So one of the important things that PCTA provides for our volunteers, we want to invest in our volunteer programs. We held 21 volunteer programs: basic and wilderness first aid and CPR, chainsaw and crosscut certification, crew leadership and safety, saw sharpening and appreciation, trail maintenance and construction skills, and the tool school. We don't want to miss, as all this work is going on with the ARA crews, that there are long-term programs in which volunteers have worked for decades on the PCT. A bunch of them are listed here. These are folks who continue to soldier on, do great work, and make a real contribution to the trail. This is the backbone of PCTA's trail maintenance program. This year we did a volunteer survey, and there are a couple of figures I think you should know. 97% of the volunteers agreed or strongly agreed that their motivations for volunteering were satisfied. 97%. 95% of the volunteers agreed or strongly agreed that they would volunteer again. This is what means long-term protection for the trail. 95% of those volunteers agreed or strongly agreed that they would recommend PCT volunteering to a friend. There's the future of our program. There's where the 200,000 hours come from. So, Beth mentioned our close working relationship, 774 agency partner meetings. This is how we get our work done. Face-to-face, over the phone, talking to people, working together, they're finding solutions. 914 miles of trail maintenance, 106 miles of trail reconstruction, 68% increase in volunteer hours. I want to particularly point out our Northern Sierra region, one of our newest regional offices, an area where we're really trying to get volunteer programs off the ground, went from 8,000 to 13,000 hours in 1 year. So this is how our volunteer hours are distributed, the bulk in trail maintenance, but we want to make sure that we recognize that there are other people working in other areas of our program, and there are lots of opportunities for you to get involved in the trail, even beyond trail maintenance in other aspects of our work. So, and folks have talked earlier about the increase in both private and federal investment in our programs. So, thank you very much, and it's been a fabulous year, and we are looking forward to an even better 2011. Thank you. Next, I'd like to introduce the chair of our fundraising committee, Barney Mann. Thank you.
My name is Barney Mann. For 5 months and 5 days, I answered to a different name, the name Scout, because of all the work, all the giving, time, energy, and from your pocketbook. In 2007, I got to hike for 5 months and through Hike Pacific Crest Trail. So thank you very much. It's a privilege. It's a privilege to serve as the fundraising committee chair. I have 5 minutes now to cover 1 year's worth of fundraising. I have 20 slides, 7 topics, and I thought to myself, what does this feel like? Speed dating. My wife is sitting there, my wife at 33 years sitting there thinking, what does he know about speed dating? Of the 7 topics, there's 5 I'm just going to touch on, and 2 I will linger on for a moment. And so let's get started here. First of all, my committee. We had 2 folks lead this year. I have 5 active members. Look at those names. If you see those names on a name tag and you're so moved, go up and thank them. There's a lot of behind-the-scenes work done, and these folks worked hard all year long.
Write your checkbook.
That's next board member, Lorraine, right there. And the next, yeah. Next, Liz Bergeron talked about our strategic plan. Goal 4 is raising enough funds to be able to do all this wonderful work that's done year in and year out. And what we did in that end is this last year, pretty slide. I had to at least give you one picture in there. But what we did in this last year, we had budgeted $800,000 to raise in private funds. And as you will see down there, we not only met it in a difficult year, we exceeded. And I say we because a lot of people here in this room are directly responsible for that. And I really thank you. I look forward to next year when we'll do the same and even more so. But this is what enables us to have the tools, to have all the support, to be able to do this. And you all are all such a big part of it. A new program, Trailside Inns. Some of you read about it in the communicator. These are hotels, resorts who have committed to put $1 per night on their guest bill. The guests have the opportunity to opt out. And this was spearheaded by my committee member Ed Bergeron. This last year, I have a few photos here of actually seeing what it looks like on the ground. When you go into Sorensen's resort near Lake Tahoe, you see this in your room, and that's, no, you don't see my wife, but you see on every table, people walk in. So it's not just the benefit of the dollars they get. The name Pacific Crest Trail is out there in a good fashion. John Sorensen, the resort owner, I want to get his picture out there. He's the pioneer of this. And every quarter, we have a nice-sized check come in. We've had the second in commit, Drakespad, which is near the halfway point. This here, I stayed there the first night of the program. I wanted to see an operation, give them hugs. This is the 7th dollar. I got up early that morning, and 6 people beat me. If you look toward the middle, you'll see there, Pacific Crest Trail Association, $1 for spending that night. And we are now, in just over 7 months operation, we are well into the $3,000th dollar. This adds up. We're looking to adding more this year. This is one I want to linger on briefly. Crest Circle. Many people in the room probably don't know what that is. We finally had the capability, last year or so, to be able to, like many other organizations, you can go online, you can sign up, and it'll take it out of that wonderful plastic, our MasterCard and a Visa, on a monthly basis. You don't even know it. It'll take it out. We have 112 people who have signed up, and so I encourage you to look and do it. Membership, Dave Hanna touched on. We've been growing, and this again is part of the backbone of our fundraising effort. Membership growth. You can see it there. We are approaching double, and next year we probably will have doubled. The last topic I want to touch on is legacy donors. 25 people in their will or estate have named the PCTA. I'm proud to say that I'm one of them. And the take-home message isn't the hope that my wife and I kick off the next year. But I encourage each and every one of you to think about it. I feel humbled standing up here. A deceased board member, she died 3 years ago, Andy Bask, for 5 days my wife got to hike with her. I walked away with a lesson, and that is everything you do, no matter how small, whether you're a $5 contributor to the King Creek campaign, whether you're one of our $35 members, everything you do matters, and everything you do enable people, as we sit here in this room right now, to be stepping somewhere on foot in the Pacific Crest Trail, know that it goes in a continuous path from Mexico to Canada, and know that it'll be there for your children. So thank you all very much.
Yes, you did make your 5 minutes, Barney. Thank you. One of the best parts of my job is the people that I get to work with, and it really is the people that make the trail what it is today. Just recently, we returned from our 14th trip to Washington, D.C., where we advocate for PCT funding. And this year, our team included 3 staff and 11 volunteers. And I know that there are a lot of people here today who have joined us in prior years, and I really want to say thank you, because your work is really making a difference and continuing to make a difference. And it's the type of activity, it really is a long-term project. You can't always see your results right away, but it's very important. And PCTA, we've developed quite a reputation over the years of having the best volunteers, as well as the largest contingent from across the country among the other trail groups. And a couple of years ago, we also started bringing some younger folks with us. We decided that there's a lot of talk about getting youth involved, and that we should get youth involved in this activity as well. So we started bringing high school age volunteers with us, and I hate to say it, but they kind of steal the show. So here we have Corby Thalhammer. He is the son of one of our board members, Rick Thalhammer, and he joined us this year. Here he's talking with California Congressman George Miller. And Corby just did a fantastic job. He put together this slideshow on an iPad, and he told the story of why the PCT deserves this funding by showing pictures of the hike that he did with his father, and also of a project that Corby put together with his high school friends. He coordinated this project and worked with PCTA to get a group of high school students out on the PCT. And the people that he showed his slideshow to were very impressed. So here's the other young member of our team, and this is Ryan Peacock, grandson of trail maintainer Don Toohey. And they're shown here with local Congressman Dan Lundgren. And Ryan did just a fantastic job, and he actually joined Mike and I in a meeting that we had with the senior leadership of the Forest Service. And he got to spend some time and let them know why he chooses to spend part of his summer working alongside his grandfather on the PCT. So going to Washington, D.C. is a very important activity. And you know how I mentioned earlier how Dave has helped to lighten our load? Well, I just had to include this picture of Dave Hanna in Washington, D.C. And I have a feeling this picture is going to be around for a long time, Dave. Just a couple other things quickly. I know we're about getting to the end here, but we've made some improvements in our membership communication. We finally started some electronic newsletters this year. I hope that you all are enjoying those. And we have 4,830 fans on Facebook. We've worked closely with the Forest Service and they have taken the lead in updating our PCT map brochure. We've had a lot of fun using the National Geographic film to raise awareness about the PCT. And I often get asked if we interact with other trail groups. And so one of the things that we did this past year is a few staff members spent a couple days at Appalachian Trail Conservancy headquarters to share information with them and learn from them about the work that we're doing and to find the common ground. So that's some of our outreach activities. We continue to attend other trail events and provide information to anybody that calls about the PCT. last year we issued 1,059 permits for trail usage, and I anticipate that we're going to exceed that number this year. We're off to a fast start already in